Silicon Valley-based Tinyfish is on a mission to define the era of enterprise web agents and simplify the complexity of modern web interactions. This week, it announced a $47 million raise to bolster those efforts. To break down what this all means is Sudesh Nair, Tinyfish's co-founder and CEO. Welcome to the show.
Actually, thank you so much for having me here. I am especially happy to go after a moment of magic, ringing the bell as opposed to another boring CEO out there.
Of course. So what service does Tinyfish provide and who are your customers?
You mentioned enterprise web agent. That is, Tinyfish is the enterprise web agent company. That is a lot of words. Let me just try to break it down. We provide infrastructure for enterprises to browse internet and take actions on it like humans can. So think of actions that you do on a browser, which is constantly in every large organization. There are hundreds and thousands of knowledge workers who are using internet to do research, to do price analysis, competitive positioning. You just heard about Jerome Powell's speech coming up. Retailers are trying to figure out what's the impact of tariff, what is the supply chain, how do you do the consumer price index ahead of it. These are all data that originates in internet. Imagine having thousands of intelligent AI agents that could think like humans, perform, reason, figure out contextual analysis, and then execute all of these tasks at massive scale and to do research, to get data, to add data. That's what possible now because of how much our AI technologies have evolved. Tinyfish wants to be the company that is doing this for enterprise. There are a lot of companies doing a lot of things in the AI space for consumers. We want to do that for enterprise.
Are you able to provide tangible use cases of what this agentic technology does, including mentioning some of the companies that you work with?
Thank you, Ashley, for that question. A lot of AI companies are raising a lot and then launching, and they are launching a prototype, sometimes a demo. We wanted to wait. The reason we were able to raise such a large Series A is because we've built and we sold it, we learned with our first customer. So we started with Google as one of our customers. Now imagine all of this AI revolution started with Google, and they found that there is a very specific use case for Google Hotels, where Google Hotel, if you've ever used it, Google is on a mission to make sure that every single hotel in the world is accessible to them. And they have millions and millions of hotels. But there are also hundreds of thousands of hotels that are old, family owned. They don't have the tech infrastructure to constantly send their availability and pricing data to Google platform. And they're not going to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars to modernize their tech. What Google was able to do with Tinyfish is to use our agents to go into these hotels tens of thousands of times and extract that configuration data. Like, what is the price of a hotel? You need to execute extremely complex workflows. When are you going? How many times? What kind of room? How many nights? We extract all that data multiple times and automatically upload. So the result, all of a sudden, there are more hotels with extremely high quality data in Google. That's an example of how we have done. We've also launched with customers like ClassPass, NextEra Energy, and DoorDash. So these are technology forefront companies. These are companies that are front running this. And the fact that they're investing in us and showing faith in such an early stage tells you the potential of how big this market could be when it comes to executing nuanced, reasoning-based AI agents to do internet access in a way that has never been possible before.
Congratulations on your $47 million round of funding. How do you intend to use this capital?
First of all, 47 is a lot, but we are going to be frugal. Startups need to be lean, mean in this new world, move fast. So money is there, but hopefully we'll keep getting good interest rates and Jerome will not cut it too much. Having said that, we are going to invest in innovation. Ultimately, this is about talent. This is about building, trails that's never been there before. So we are researching, we are building things. Most of our company, our co-founders, Shuhao and Keith, these are some of the smartest people who came from companies like Meta and Google. We are inventing things, so we need to attract the best people. So obviously the capital will help, but we also want to build a culture of low ego and high customer focus. I think that's where most of the investment will go.
Thank you, Sudesh Nair, TinyFish's co-founder and CEO.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Have a nice day.
Cybersecurity is getting